Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not, and continuing on with these May There Be Comedy Countdowns. Top 10s. This is part 1. This is top 10 2000s comedies. And these are the definitive top 10 for me. These are my top 10 personal favorites. And then making this list, I found 10 more. And I'm like, okay, I'll just do 10 more next week. So you're getting, this is my definitive top 10. And then next week is basically, it's 11 to 20. Is what that one is. I decided to do it, split it, because I need something for the fourth week. So, with that in mind, and I guess I should have stated this for the other two, this is my personal favorites. I did not disqualify any other movies like I did with the 80s and the 90s. You know, the 80s, no Bill and Ted. The 90s, no Good Burger. This one was whatever I wanted. Whatever. Was everything qualified. So, with that in mind, let's get in to the top 10 2000s comedies. It's coming in at number 10 is a comedy produced by NTV that we watched as a family when it came out because we saw the trailer and thought it was interesting. It stars Dax Shepard, Matthew Lillard, and Seth Green. Tom, you were a Boy Scout, right? No, but I ate a brownie once. It's Without a Paddle. Now, this just celebrated its 20-year anniversary last year. Or celebrated 20 years last year. So, there are people out there that know it, celebrate it, but I don't hear a lot of talked about this. What it is, this movie is, there were 4 friends. I forget what their names are. Tom is one of them because that's the name. But 4 friends who were obsessed with the legend of D.B. Cooper. So much so that they wanted to try to actually find D.B. Cooper's treasure. But they grow up and get adult lives of which none of them are happy about, except for their friend Billy, who left everything and moved on. But then Billy dies, and so after his death, they decide that they finally have to take this trip to find D.B. Cooper's treasure, and that's what it is. It's like a road tripping journey with bears and women living in the trees and pot farmers and Burt Reynolds with a fake beard. Within the confines of the movie, it's real, but yeah. It's just a funny comedy movie. I haven't watched it in quite a while. I did do a review, but yeah, I enjoy it. Speaking of road trips, number 9. Are you here for the feeding? Road Trip. Todd Phillips' first film, Road Trip. And this is a comedy you probably can't make nowadays, just because of the premise alone. So our main character is Josh, played by Breckenmeyer. He has this lifelong girlfriend, and they both went to different colleges. And lately, his girlfriend has sort of been ignoring him, and he doesn't know why. So one night, this girl who has a thing for him named Beth, they sort of make a sex tape. And it's also established that he sends tapes to his girlfriend, to update her on his life and how things are going and all that, because they want to keep this long-distance relationship. Well, upon realizing that they accidentally sent the wrong tape to her, they decide to make a trip all the way across the country. Which, by the way, this only works because she's not actually there. She's at some funeral, which is why she wasn't answering his calls. And I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. I plan on revisiting this at some point. But the whole thing is that he wants to get there to stop her from seeing the tape of him cheating. And the reveal is that Barry, Tom Green's character, recorded over it. Even though it looked very much like something was going to happen before it cut. And then they break up anyway, and he gets with the girl he cheated on her with. So for all intents and purposes, he gets away with it, and they're still sort of friends. Yeah, I don't know if that kind of finish would climax would be, you know. We got DJ Qualls in his breakout role here, you know. But by the way, he shouldn't be holding a bra. He should be holding those big ass cheetah panties or whatever they are. But yeah. This is also the first time I saw Paulo Costanzo outside of Animorphs, because I knew him from that, and of course I knew Sean William Scott, Stifler, you know. But number 8 is actually a remake, which I know about the original, and to me the original doesn't seem as intriguing. But then again, that's like a '60s movie, and this is the 2000s. It's come on, Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser. Yeah, I grew up with Brendan Fraser. Had Mummy, this Monkey Bone, which I did try to find on eBay, and that's fucking expensive. Sorry, unless I can find it streaming somewhere. No. But yeah, the story here is that Brendan Fraser plays Elliot, who is in love with this girl who I originally thought was Mariah Carey, but is not. They're very similar looking. And so he says that he would sell his soul to the devil to get with that girl. So in comes the devil, played by Elizabeth Hurley, who gives him 7 wishes. Technically 6. But that, I guess the Big Mac and a Coke counts. Did I ever revisit this? I think I did. But, and of course she tries to twist it so he's not happy, so that she can eventually get his soul. Even because you need all 7 wishes to go through, even though they do, but then the loophole is, oh, you made the last wish for someone else, so you're free. So, yeah. But I think it's a pretty good film, and I think it still holds up a little bit. I don't know if you could do some of the stuff today, especially like the gay stuff, I don't know. Stop it. Anyway, number 7, Grandma's Boy. Yes, Adam Sandler is not on this list, but it does have a movie produced by him. This came out the year I graduated high school, and people were talking about it before I graduated, I think. Maybe. But I remember hearing people talk about it, and I finally found this copy at... It was either Target or Kmart. And what it is this adult video game tester played by Alan Covert, who gets evicted from his house because his roommate did not use the money he was giving him to pay the rent. So instead, they're kicked out, and he has to live with at his grandma's house with her and her 2 roommates. And it becomes about dealing with that, but also trying to finish this video game. He's creating his own video game, but he's also testing another video game. And he's got a rival in that of JP. And Nick Swartzen's also in this, and this is where I get kind of my love for Nick Swartzen. Some of the stuff is a little too extreme, but like I'll never watch Bucky Larson Born to Be a Star. Sorry, I saw the trailer for a movie and went, oh no, why did they make him the star of the movie? He's much better as a supporting cast. Seriously, this and Benchwarmers, just go with it. He's a supporting cast character and it works. But they made him the lead. And I've never seen the movie, I probably never will, but everything I saw made me go, no. Just no. But I did like his TV show that he had, Nick Swartzen's Pretend Time. That was good. Then they canceled it. Thanks, Comedy Central. Number 6. Hey, didn't you want to be a filmmaker? Fuck you. Next question. It's like a gift. It's like I can't control it. It's a girl next door. Yeah, this is... It's 2004. This celebrated its 20 years last year too. So what this is there is this teenager named Matthew who feels like his life is going nowhere. And tell a beautiful, gorgeous young woman who is the same age as him. Apparently, I always thought she was at least a couple years older. And he's 18 at this point. Because of the fact that we find out she's a porn star, I think she'd have to be at least a couple years older. She could be like 20 or something. I don't know. But he falls in love with her. Then he finds out she's a porn star. And that causes problems. And he tries to get her back. And we get a great performance from Timothy Olyphant. That's great. And it's a fantastic comedy. And again, I don't know if you could put this out straightforward and get that kind of... this is back when they released them in theaters rated R, but then you get the unrated cut, which gave you more boobs, and case of horror movies, more gore. Yeah. And I do feel this relates to, like, as a teenager, as I was 16 when this came out. So it was very much in my range. I bought the DVD that had a little slip that can cover her up. But, yeah. Number 5. Accepted. I was already out of high school at this point. This is 2006. Year I graduated. So what this is that Justin Long plays Bartleby. That's his name, Bartleby? Bartleby B. Gaines. B is his nickname, B. Bartleby Gaines, who is not accepted into any college. So, to prevent his parents from being disappointed in him, he creates a fake college with the help of his friends. One of them is Jonah Hill, and this is legitimately the only movie I like Jonah Hill in. Because he's so unlike Jonah Hill in this movie. Watch this, and then watch This Is the End, and tell me if he's tolerable in that one or this one. But it turns out that this fake college they made, the website that Jonah Hill put together, is very much realistic. So all of these people show up to this fake school, so now they have to sort of make it look realistic. And yeah, meanwhile, there is the dean of the college that Bartleby tried to get into, and that his love interest, played by Blake Lively, also got into, who wants to tear down that building and make a big grand archway with his name on it. It also brings Travis Van Winkle's character in this. I'm surprised his name is not Trent in this. It's... what's it? Hoyt. But, yeah, it's a fun comedy. It's got Justin Long, Jonah Hill, Lewis Black has an extended cameo in this. Diora Baird is in this. Blake Lively. I thought it said music by David Schwimmer. I'm like, wait, what? Because now I can just see picture him going boom, 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 like the episode. No, it's David Schwimmer. But yeah, that's number... What number am I on? 5. So number 4, also Justin Long. But a good workplace comedy. Not as good as Clerks, but still good. Waiting. This movie made me never want to complain about my food. So I don't. I just eat it. Yeah. And if you've seen this movie, you know what it is. It's a workplace comedy. And what it is, Justin Long is once again one of the main characters. He is, once again, it's one of those characters. It's, what was it? Where he's sort of on a path where he works at this restaurant and he finds out that someone he went to school with before, or a childhood friend of his, is very successful. He's graduating top of his class, blah, blah, blah. And he's really going nowhere, working this 9-to-5 job at a restaurant, and he wants more from his life. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds' storyline involves him waiting until a girl that works there turns 18 so he can have sex with her. Which, yes, I know is technically grooming, especially the way that things go, but this was the 2000s and we didn't care. I still have fun with this movie. I do. He doesn't go through with it, by the way, as far as we know. There's a part where he thinks he's just going to say fuck it and go through with it before, and then we never really get any conclusion to it. I think he doesn't go through with it. Dave Kittner's also in that, and he's pretty good, but yeah. So number 3, the only spoof movie on this. I'm just a token black guy. I'm supposed to stand here and say stuff like, damn, shit, and that's whack. Why is it whenever I tell them they can stick it wherever I want, they always stick it in my... Damn. Catherine, that is too much information. Well, too much information will be telling you that after they do that, I always take a huge dump. Oh, shit. On their chest. Oh, that is whack. That is not another teen movie. Yes, this is one of, not my favorite spoof movie. I like it because it spoofs those kind of movies I grew up watching around this time. Like She's All That. Or Varsity Blues. Cruel Intentions. Even The Breakfast Club is spoofed. And I think that Bruce is supposed to be a parody of The Karate Kid, but I'm not exactly sure. Yeah. Yeah. And I finally figured out what these fuckers are supposed to be. It's supposed to be from American Beauty. Wes Bentley's character. Because I saw a clip. It was like top 10 movies you couldn't do nowadays or something like that. Or whatever. Top 10 90s movies you couldn't do whatever. And they showed the clip of, you know, like, that's where it's from. Because I had no idea. This is one character I could never figure out what movie it was supposed to be from. But it's a spoof movie. And like Chris Evans' big breakout role, by the way, before he was Captain America, he was Jake Weiler. Which, by the way, the names in this, Jake Weiler, Janie Briggs, they sound more like regular names than the names in the actual movie, which is, what was his name? Something Seiler. And Laney Boggs. Those sound like more like spoof names. It's not Jake. It's Jack? I don't know. But you can just call him Jock Weiler or something. I don't know. But yeah. Number 2. Alright. I'll do it. Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday. Why did I forget the words? In my van every Sunday. Tells me she's in church, but she doesn't go. Still she's on her knees, and Scotty doesn't know. Oh, Scotty doesn't know. Oh. So don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. My whole life. My whole teenage to adult life. This came out in 2005. So, it's Eurotrip, by the way. Rest in peace, Richard Trachtenberg. But, yeah, this movie haunted me for years. Still does. Thanks, Grobby. But, yeah, so the story of this one is that I didn't do a story for another movie. You know what it is. The story of this one, in case you don't know, which, to be fair, you do. But, Scotty just found out that his girlfriend broke up with him and she's been cheating on him for the longest time. And he's down low and he's talked to this foreign pen pal named Mika, who he assumes is called Mike and is a dude. But then Mika comes on to him over the internet and he thinks it's some dude trying to get a hold of his, it's a fat guy in his basement or whatever. So he tells Mike off. Only to find out that her name is Mika and it's a female, so him and his friend Cooper, Scotty and Cooper. I know a dog named Cooper. Wait a minute. Scotty, Cooper, Jamie, which is the Grubby's name. What was her name? I don't know, but it's weird that the people and a dog. Yeah. Hey, Jamie, can I look at your phomers? Oh, here's an interesting fact. You made out with your sister, man. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. But yeah, and so they go on a trip to Europe to try to find her. Now, it's very simple. You just got to get in there, go to Berlin, right? No, you gotta go all over the place. You meet the twins somewhere else, Paris, you go in different places, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because we wouldn't have a movie, we went straight there. But, yeah, it's a fun movie. And another one of those that I found late night at my grandma's house when everyone was supposed to be sleeping, but I'm watching this, so, yeah. My number one favorite, best comedy of the 2000s. Ryan Reynolds is back. Van Wilder. Yes. I also enjoy the sequels. Well, the sequel and the prequel. I like the prequel a lot more. Jonathan Bennett is great in that movie, by the way. The sequel is fine. Cal Penn can carry a movie, but it's better in the Harold and Kumar movies, which I wanted to include on this list and should have included on the next list, but I don't. But I love that movie. But, yeah. So this is Van Wilder. Who'd have thunk it? He's been in college for 7 years and no plans to graduate. By the way, I think there would be a limit. If you're purposely trying to not do well and not graduate, they would just kick you out. Because college is not as easygoing as a high school. So I don't know. But he's a slacker or whatever, which actually has problems with the dean of students there and other people, jocks, the jock guy that is Tara Reid's boyfriend in this, and he ends up falling for Tara Reid, Van Wilder does, and there's some very, very dark humor in this, and yeah, this is my favorite. The comedy of the 2000s is not my favorite comedy movie. Obviously, don't that, but I love this movie. So there you have it. There's my top 10 2000s comedies, part 1. So come back next week for more, top 10 more, and we'll see you then. So thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.